Hey guys, it's Destiny, and today we are going to be building Fugue and then playing around with a couple of teams as well. And before we begin today's video, I would love to know if you guys actually ended up pulling for Fugue yourselves or if you're actually skipping her for someone else. And lastly, if you guys enjoy videos like these, do make sure to subscribe, leave a like, support the video, and now let's get straight into it. So if we take a quick look at my Fugue here, so yeah, she's only level 1. I've not done anything with her yet. Let me actually favorite her because I'm pretty sure I'm going to be using her very often. I did also end up getting her first Eidolon after my summon video yesterday, so I will be activating this later on in the video just so you guys can see the difference. We're just going to start off though by leveling her up. I have a lot of books here, as you guys can see, so we are going to be able to get Fugue to level 80, I'm pretty sure, without any issues. I also have a good amount of credits. I would love to know though, how have you guys been? Did you guys do anything for the holidays? And if you did you get any gifts that you really wanted? Just in general, what have you guys been up to? Because I know a lot of people are also on winter break right now, which I am actually on winter break myself. For me personally, I actually ended up getting a PlayStation 5 and I'm really excited, and I'm not really sure how many games I should get because on my list currently I have Metaphor. I do want to play Sonic and Shadow Generations, and I also want to play Astrobot, but if you guys have any suggestions, I'd love to know for me to potentially check out. And there we go, Fugue is now level 80. We're already looking better than the beginning of this video. And there we go, we actually maxed out all of her traces. I did pre-farm a good amount for the Nihility traces, so I didn't mind maxing them out since I did have the material to do so. But if you guys did want to know a priority of what you guys should be looking to max out, it would definitely be her talent because of the super break. And then of course, doing her skill will be really nice as well, as this will increase the break effect that she grants an ally with Foxy and Prayer. The defense reduction from her kit will increase as well. Now for relics. Now this might be a little problematic because I'm not actually sure how many relics I have. Okay, we have a decent amount actually. I think for the Lycon, we can honestly just go with Tutorial just because it'll give us that additional effect hit rate. And also we'll get 8 energy whenever we defense reduce enemies, which since Fugue's kit has defense reduction in it, we'll be able to get some nice energy as well. So here is my Fugue for right now. She isn't perfect, but I think she's decent for the most part. We have an okay amount of break effect. We have an okay amount of effect hit rate. I would want 5% more, but unfortunately my substats are just not being nice to me today. So if we take a quick look at her relics, once again, these could honestly be better, but for right now, I think this is fine for today. And there we go. Yeah, this piece is kind of whatever, honestly. The effect hit rate's nice, but the rest of the rolls are kind of meh. But yeah, so this is our Fugue for right now. 165 speed though is really nice. She's really fast. And then we haven't activated the E1 yet. I will be doing this later on in today's video. But now that she's built, let's actually showcase her. So for the first showcase, we are going to be using Himeko, Ruan Mei, Fugue, and then Lingsha. Super excited to try this team out because I actually have not really played the new Pure Fiction much at all. I actually just earlier on today played it for the first time. So I'm super excited to show this off for you guys. But this team will be pretty fun. Of course, for those that don't have Lingsha, you guys can just use Gallagher. That's perfectly fine. We're just going to start off by putting the Foxy and Prayer buff on Himeko here, just to give her that additional break effect as well. And now with the Ruan Mei, we could just break one of the little enemies right here. And the reason why Himeko will be able to nicely take advantage of Fugue's kit is since now enemies will have the Exo Toughness meter, which allows Himeko to essentially break them twice, or rather the entire team will be able to break enemies twice, which means we'll now have even more follow-ups than before. So we're just going to use our skill here just to break the trash can in the middle right there. And we do have 2 out of 3 stacks, and now we have our follow-up, which is awesome. And now we can just use our ultimate, and we can just continuously break these enemies here just to get more and more follow-ups. So there we go, boom. And now we have 2 out of 3 once again. So I'm just going to use my skill, boom. And now we have another follow-up coming right in. There we go. And now we should have another wave of enemies right here. So what I'm going to do is actually use Lingsha's ultimate. She's going to be able to help out with breaking these enemies here. And our whole goal is just mainly to break enemies as much as possible so we can get as many follow-ups as possible as well. There we go. Fuyuen's gonna come in and boom. So now we're on to the next wave. Himeko is immediately going to follow up. I'm also going to use her ultimate, which now allows us to get more follow-ups. So boom, follow-up comes in. And now with Fugue, the nice thing about Fugue's ultimate is that he'll actually be able to nicely assist with breaking these enemies as well, which now helps for even more follow-ups. So there we go. He does a nice amount of damage right there with Fugue. And then Himeko is going to come in with her follow-up. With Lingsha, we're just going to use the skill, break the enemies once again. Another follow-up from Himeko. Oh, she'll actually get another follow-up right here. Boom, there we go. And now we can just break this little enemy to the left. With Himeko, I'm just going to use her skill. Boom. And now we have another follow-up coming in. And we'll have another one as well since we just broke that elite enemy. And now I can just use her ultimate. And now we'll have another string of follow-ups. So we're just going to be able to just deal so many follow-ups onto enemies thanks to Fugue's Kit. And we're just going to break this enemy right here. There we go. And now they're all broken. And we are good to go for another follow-up immediately going into this wave, which is great. Now with Lingsha, I'm going to just use her skill. Himeko is going to come in with a follow-up. And now we also have Himeko's ultimate, so I'm going to take advantage of that. As you guys can see, we're going to break enemies that are also not even fire weak. Some of these plants here aren't weak to fire. But we're just going to get so many follow-ups back to back. So with Himeko here, we are just going to basic attack. Fuyuen will come in though, and now we have another follow-up ready to go. And now we can use Lingsha's ultimate, and we'll be able to get more follow-ups back to back. And we'll bam, there we go. Now another Fuyuen. And now with Ruan Mei, I could just use her skill. With Fugue, we are just going to replenish the buff here on Himeko. So now this plant is just going to recover some HP, but that's perfectly fine. So since Himeko already has 2 out of 3 stacks, we're just going to break this plant to the left. Himeko is going to come in with a follow-up. Now we are going to be able to unleash another follow-up soon. So we can just basic attack right here. And now we're going to unleash another follow-up. And now we have Himeko's ultimate as well. So we're just going to use the ultimate. Boom. Now we have another follow-up. And yeah, this is just so great for being able to get so many follow-up attacks. With Fugue, we are just going to use her basic. Now this deer is going to get delayed. With Himeko, we are going to use her skill. Boom. And now we have another follow-up ready to go. Now with Lingsha, we can advance forward Fuyuen. And now with Ruan Mei, I'm going to basic attack and then use her ultimate, like so. Fuyuen's going to come in. Boom. Another Himeko follow-up coming in. Now the plant will recover its toughness meter, but this is fine. What I'm going to do is now break all of these other plants with Fugue's ultimate. And now we'll actually be advanced forward. And now Himeko will come in with another follow-up. We are going to get hit here, but this is perfectly fine. With Himeko, I am going to use her ultimate right here, just so we can get another follow-up ready to go. And honestly, if we had Herta on this team, this would be a crazy amount of follow-ups back to back. Now with Fugue, I'm just going to use her basic attack. With Himeko, we are going to use her skill. And boom, there we go. Another follow-up ready to go. And now we have another follow-up. And we're about to have another follow-up on top of that. Oh my gosh, 3 follow-ups in a row. It just keeps going. And we're about to get another one in a second here. So we can use Lingsha's skill. And now we can use Lingsha's ultimate. And this will actually grant Himeko once again. Oh wait, never mind. They're just dead. They're just dead. Well, there we go. We were able to honestly easily clear that. And once again, Gallagher would be a very nice option as well, since he'll be able to basic attack pretty frequently and then of course use his ultimate, advance himself forward, which now allows him to assist with breaking those fire weak enemies. So overall, really good results, I would say, with the Himeko break team, especially with Fugue. Himeko is going to be able to nicely take advantage of being able to reduce enemy toughness meters regardless of what they are weak to. So that is really fun in my opinion. Real quick, we can just go over how my Himeko is looking. Nice amount of break effect. We still have some crit stats as well. And then here are the rest of her stats. For the light cone, we are using after the Harmony Fall. This one is really nice for the additional speed as well as break effect it'll grant. And then for the relics, we are using Forge in the Iron set. And then for Ruan Mei, here she is. And then lastly, Lingsha. And just go through this real quick. Once again, even without any signature Lycons, this team should be able to perform very, very nicely. Of course, on Fugue, I have the free-to-play Lycon before the tutorial mission begins. But overall, this is a very, very fun team to use in Pure Fiction. Once again, you can also try messing around with Herta on this team as well. Especially on the second side, it is weak to ice and fire. So what you could end up doing is having Herta on the team can nicely handle these enemies that are only weak to ice. And this will actually allow you to break enemies even more, which can result in even more follow-up attacks from Himeko. So real quick, before we do the Lingsha showcase, I actually wanted to show the difference between E0 Fugue and then E1 Fugue when it comes to relation to Ruan Mei's skill, as a lot were curious whether or not the weakness breaking efficiency from Ruan Mei's skill right here, if we take a quick look, we get 50% weakness breaking efficiency from Ruan Mei's skill, if that actually will stack with Fugue's E1, which gives 50% weakness breaking efficiency as well. Now, currently, my Fugue is E0. I'll show you guys this after we exit this battle right here, just for the quick test, but we're just going to use Fugue's skill right here on Himeko. And what we're going to do is we're just going to basic attack this big enemy right here with E0 Fugue, and then we're going to come right back in here once I activate E1 and see if it does actually stack or not. And as you guys can see, Ruan Mei's skill is currently active, so we do have the 50% weakness breaking efficiency. So as you guys can see, we have Overtone on Himeko. For this enemy's toughness meter, he has about 110 remaining for his toughness right here. What we're going to do is we're just going to basic attack, and now we're just going to check how much he has remaining now, and it is 95. So we went from 110 to 95. And now what we're going to do, we're going to leave, and I'm going to show you guys once again that she is E0. As you guys see, she's E0, but what we're going to do is now we're going to activate it just to see if this does actually stack or not. So now we're going to go right back here and do the same thing as before. Going to use our techniques and then attack with Himeko right here. There we go. We check right here. Okay, so he has 110. And now with Fugue's skill, when we use it on Himeko, let's just check to make sure Himeko has all the buffs. So she does have the weakness breaking efficiency from Phoxian Prayer as well as Overtone active. So now when we basic attack, we should be able to deal more toughness reduction if the weakness breaking efficiency from Ruan Mei as well as Fugue's E1 does stack. Now we can basic attack. Let's check. And as you guys can see, when we did the test with E0 Fugue, it went from 110 to 95. But now it goes from 110 to 90. So that does actually confirm that the weakness breaking efficiency from Ruan Mei as well as Fugue does stack. So now what we could do is actually go to Memory of Chaos 12 and I'll show you guys a pretty fun main DPS Lingsha team. Okay, so for our final showcase, now we have the Lingsha showcase. I'm super excited to show off this team as well, since it's literally just Lingsha becoming the main damage dealer of our team with the power of Fugue Super Break, Harmony Trailblazer Super Break, and then of course Ruan Mei as well supporting the team here. So we're going to start off by using Fugue's skill on Lingsha. And now of course with Harmony Trailblazer, we're just going to use our skill and then use our ultimate. And there we go. I just absolutely love their ultimate. It's just so adorable. And now we can just use Ruan Mei's basic attack and then her ultimate. So now we have all of our buffs ready to go. And now with Lingsha, we're going to use our skill. Boom. There we go. We already dealt over 500,000 damage just with our first skill. And now with Fugue, I'm just going to basic attack. And now we are going to get hit a bit here. Hopefully emergency Fugue comes in. It does. Boom. There we go. I'm just going to use their skill. We have the available skill points. Why not? Fugue comes in once again. We're just dealing so much freaking damage here. And we can use Lingsha's skill. And now we can use Ruan Mei's basic attack. And now we can finish it off here with Fugue's basic. And there we go. Now we're into this next wave, and I do have Dance 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 equipped on my Harmony Trailblazer, so I'm going to take advantage of that right away. And now we are going to use Fugue's ultimate just to reduce the toughness of all of these enemies right here. And now we can actually follow up here with Lingsha's ultimate to further reduce this. And bam, there we go, almost 1,000,000 damage. And this enemy right here is already at 51% health. We're just going to replenish the skill on Lingsha. Now use our skill. Boom. Oh my gosh. Over 1,000,000 damage with that one attack. And now with Harmony Trailblazer, we are just going to use our skill right here. And now we are going to use our ultimate once again to advance everyone forward with the dance, dance, dance. Now with Ruan Mei, we're going to use our skill. And with Fugue here, we can just basic attack. Fuyuan's going to come in, boom. And now Lingsha, well, bam, there we go. And now with Harmony Trailblazer, oh no, if only Lingsha had one more attack, that'd actually be really good here. But regardless, we're just going to use our skill right here. We are going to get the attack boost, and now that TV is going to become evil, which is a little unfortunate. What we're going to do is just basic attack right here. And now with Fugue, we can also basic with her. Now Turbulence is going to come in. And now what we're going to do is just use Lingsha's skill once again. Boom. Fuyuan comes in with bam. And now with Harmony Trailblazer, we can just use our basic attack and now advance everyone forward once again. There we go. Now we can replenish the skill on Lingsha. And now we can also use Ruan Mei's ultimate. And we are about to break the T-Rex TV in the middle. I think this is a T-Rex TV. Well, I can't see its face. We're just gonna basic, boom. Oh no, they're back! They're back in business. Oh no. That was not actually supposed to happen, but emergency Fuyuan to the rescue. We're just gonna use our skill right here. And now with Trailblazer, we can just use our skill. Okay, even with them becoming back in business, if you will, we're still honestly fine. You can just basic attack, Fuyuan's gonna come in, and boom, there we go. We finished that off. So we were able to get a pretty nice one cycle. If they didn't end up recovering their toughness meters at all, that would have been a super clean clear. But overall, really nice job from this team. Lingsha may be a healer, but honestly, at this point, I'm feeling like she's way more than just a healer. So Lingsha did an incredible job, and I think it's really fun that you can nicely take advantage of all three of these characters here alongside Lingsha, since Lingsha does deal a very nice amount of damage, especially with characters like Fugue and Harmony Trailblazer on the team, since now, of course, they're giving her those super breaks. Ruan Mei is giving that weakness breaking efficiency. If you do end up getting Fugue's E1, now you have even more weakness breaking efficiency, which that does assist with, of course, your super break damage dealt onto enemies. So overall, this is a very fun team, and even without like any Eidolons evolved or signature Lycons, this team should be able to perform very, very nicely. There's Fuyuan right there. Fuyuan is literally like a nuclear bomb. That's just how powerful that little bunny is. But yeah, that'll be for our two showcases. I think Fugue is just really, really nice when it comes to super break teams in general. I think it was very, very fun to mess around with in Pure Fiction with Himeko, since now Himeko is able to get just so many follow-up attacks back to back, thanks to the extra toughness, and also, of course, being able now to reduce enemy toughness meters. Even if they aren't fire weak, this nicely assists as well. So she has an incredible synergy with Himeko. I have actually already uploaded a video of Himeko and Fugue in Memory of Chaos, so I did want to show it in Pure Fiction today. I haven't actually shown Lingsha in Fugue yet. That's why I really wanted to highlight that team in today's video as well. I have messed around with Fugue with our other break DPS characters, so I didn't want to end up repeating a showcase in today's video. I just kind of wanted to show something new and just give, I guess, my final thoughts on Fugue. I think she's honestly an incredible character when it comes to, of course, those super break teams. I have shown you guys as well the synergy that she does have with Acheron, which I think is really fun to mess around with too. It's really nice to use in Pure Fiction as well, just for being able to generate a lot of stacks for Acheron. And overall, I think when it comes to just your break teams in general, Fugue will of course be a nice option. For those that do not have Ruan Mei as well, I thought I'd note that E1 Fugue kind of does help out with this, since Ruan Mei does give 50% weakness breaking efficiency with her skill. As we know with Fugue here, Fugue's E1 will give 50% weakness breaking efficiency as well. E1 Fugue can help out with being a very nice potential replacement, if you will, for those that do not have Ruan Mei, as you are still able to get this massive benefit that Ruan Mei will provide for super break teams, except now you'll be able to have it within Fugue's kit as well with the E1. So that's personally why I actually suggest E1 over her signature Lycon, just from my personal preference. This is just a really nice thing to take advantage of. And of course, if you use Ruan Mei and Fugue together, as I showed you guys in today's video, you are able to stack the 50% from Fugue as well as the 50% from Ruan Mei's skill. So it just makes it even more powerful, as you will be able to now further reduce enemy toughness meters. But of course, some may not have Ruan Mei, and you can of course take advantage of Fugue and Harmony Trailblazer together, as Harmony Trailblazer and Fugue will still be a very strong core when it comes to just getting those double super breaks. Overall though, I think I've yapped enough. It was super fun building Fugue today, and then also showing off that really fun Himeko team, and then also the really fun Lingsha team, where Lingsha just literally becomes a main damage dealer without any issues. She'll just destroy whatever is in her way. So I think that was really fun to mess around with. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, do make sure to subscribe, leave a like, support the video. I hope to see you all next time. Peace.